Hello and welcome to episode 111 of Wing Sauce. Wing Sauce is a part of Old City Sports Network. I want to let you know that both Wing Sauce and Old City Sports Network are brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Go to www.bodycheckwellness.com. That's BODYCHEK wellness.com. Use promo code OCS in all caps for 25% off your hemp-derived CBD oils, functional mushroom blends, and edibles for you and your dogs. Welcome. We have a different, Connor couldn't make it today, but we did find a third person. And welcome back to the Wing Sauce podcast, Carley Johnston. Thank you very much once again for carving out some time. And we're going to talk some playoffs. We have some Red Wing stuff to get to, but mainly, how's it going?
It's going great. Sad that the Red Wing season's over, but you know what? It was a learning experience, but now we have the Tigers to look forward to. So, a lot around the corner here this upcoming summer.
Carly, were you at Miggy's 3,000th hit game?
No, I was at the Red Wings game. I was hosting the Red Wings game, the last home game of the season. And I was in that NBA away locker room, and we had the Tigers game on the screen, and sure enough, I had just turned around. I was talking to someone. I just turned around, saw him hit it. I was like,
was he the first person in MLB history to not only hit to have 300 hits, 500 homers, and Triple Crown? Was that right? Was he the
3,000
first
hits.
one? 3,000, excuse me.
Say 300.
300. Only 300 hits. It's like he had 300 hits this season.
Right.
Yeah, right. I think I heard that. Yeah. And he was, he joined some really great company in that 3,000 hit crown there that he got. But yeah, wonderful for Miggy. Funny guy. I know I was so bummed. I worked the Thursday before and we were all like, it's going to happen today. Right. Sold out crowd. Beautiful day. And that was when they played the Yankees and they intentionally walked him on his last at bat. So that's another reason to just like to hang. Yeah, right.
I mean,
I heard Matt Stafford at the 3,000th hit game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He was there. He was in the clubhouse after.
Two champions.
Got to shake some hands. Yep. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's great.
Some good company.
Yeah. No kidding. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny how we were talking about how some players don't get any respect like in Detroit for the Lions especially, but when they go to other teams, look what they're capable of doing. So, and with the Lions' most recent draft, I'm excited. I wasn't too pumped about the first pick. I don't think that he's second overall worthy, but we'll see. I'm going to root for the guy. Obviously, I'm not going to hate on him, but yeah, we'll see how he does. I do like the was it Jameson Williams for the 12th? Mm-hmm. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know it was funny.
Ahead,
I think people were wondering in his post-draft interview, he was kind of quiet, only said a few words, and people are like, is he not excited to be in Detroit?
He was mad because other team passed on him.
Right, exactly.
It was like Zadina with us.
Right. But now he has a fire in his belly. He has a lot to prove this season, to make sure that other teams know that they should have chosen him. But, hopefully we got some young guys on the horizon, a lot of guys in every Detroit sports organization.
Kate Cunningham at the Pistons.
Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm.
We got two on the wings.
The Tigers. Yeah.
We got a couple coming in next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's shift our attention real quickly to the Wings. So Mo Seider just hit 50 points for the first time for a Red Wings defenseman since 2011. It was Nick Lidstrom that was the last person to do that. So some pretty good company. 7 goals, 43 assists on the year for Mo. What do you have to say about him that hasn't already been said? I mean, it's insane.
Calder winner, Calder Trophy winner.
Yeah, right. I mean, nothing that you guys haven't already heard that's been talked about all season long, but this is a guy who's also great in the locker room. Really funny guy, great personality, always has the guys laughing, but on the ice, he's a goof off the ice. And yeah, right. It's funny that you see the personality, how it shifts once they step out on the ice, but his ability to play the game and to be strong on the puck. I mean, I know he has a big body, but he's still a young guy, but he's such a brick wall. You know, it's just wild to see him not even like laying into guys, but just stopping guys dead in their tracks just for being such like a solid player.
People still try to hit him, and I don't get why. They haven't learned yet.
I know. I can't remember what team it was and what player it was, but there was a play earlier on in the season, and this player came out charging at him, and Mo had the puck, and just literally Mo didn't even like break his eye contact with the play. The guy came to go
drop the shoulder,
knock him into the boards, and Mo literally just stuck his arm out, and the guy just like he hit a brick wall. Like he ran right into a brick wall, going 50 miles an hour. I mean, he's just so strong on the puck. I think that's his biggest like puck possession is, for me, one of his biggest strong suits because he can hang on to the puck for so long. We've seen that in so many different plays. I can't remember how long it was that he had puck possession in that one. I think it was a power play. I want to say he held on to the puck for like a minute. He's just going up and down the ice, like trying to. Sorry, there's my cat. She's a big Mo Seider fan.
Yeah,
but trying to make a play when there's no play to be made, he can hold on to the puck and not turn it over. I don't know. Just for me, that I'm so impressed by his gameplay with that because I feel like it takes a long time to get that comfortability out on the ice, especially as a rookie. But when we
wasted no time.
No time. He jumped right into the league, but he's played with men his whole life, you know, growing up his professional career over in Germany. He was playing in a league of men. So I think he's used to that. And that's definitely helped us. But isn't it so funny to look back at when Steve Yzerman drafted him? We were all like,
who?
Yeah. even he was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, his reaction's the best out of anyone's. But it's so funny to look back. And, you know, everyone says trust the Yzer plan, but that's just definitely one of those golden ticket moments where we were all like, okay, wait, Yzerman knows what he's doing.
Does Seider still wear a bow tie? Or was that just like a one-time draft thing?
I'm trying to picture.
I don't think I've seen him in like, you know how they do like the morning like airplane boarding.
So away games, they have this, I don't know if it's a partnership or what it is, but they have full head to toe Grayson clothiers. I don't know if you guys heard of them. With the
got him on, got him on right now.
Oh, there you go. But while you're part of the team, so they travel in their sweatsuits when they're on the road. So, but for home games they dress up. But I haven't seen any. I can't picture him now and like done up for game day. So I don't know. I hope he's still wearing the bow tie.
I know.
At least sprinkling it in.
That was so classy.
You
got
You got to be tall.
That's classy. Yeah.
You got to be tall. You can't be short like me.
To wear a bow tie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, why? What's the cutoff? What's the height cutoff for a bow tie?
So I would say 6 foot. You have to be over 6 foot. If you're under 6 foot, it just looks like you're kind of like leading the circus.
Like a little.
You know what I mean? You got to have a top hat and a cane. And, you know what I mean?
Like can't be taken seriously.
No.
If you're under 6 foot with a bow tie.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
noted. Okay, I'll spread that around the locker room. I'll make sure everyone knows. Got it.
Quick question. In the Instagram post, what does the P mean? Like for like the post with like Mo and stuff? Like what does that mean?
Yeah. So push up P, push and P, or wait, who is it? Push and P. Well, there's a lot of I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but they're all different meanings. Okay. There's a song called Push and P. I had to Google it. I didn't know what it means here. Let me look it up again. So I don't get it wrong. But I think it means like that you're like working hard or like, you know, really. Okay. I can't think of like what push and P meaning. Keeping it real. Essentially being a player.
I'm disconnected from the youth.
Yeah. Oh, I had to Google this. Don't get me wrong.
I see it all the time, and I'm like, I'm missing out on something. Like, I want to know
Gunna,
what it is.
not Pusha. So it's a song by Gunna. It's called Push and P, and I think they listen to it. It's like their game day thing. They listen to it. Yeah. So now it's just become a thing.
It's working for them.
Room. I know. I'm like, hey, I thought that that emoji was like parking. So now it has a new meaning. I thought so, but now it means keeping it real. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to start using it now.
Yeah. We're getting old.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that. So
yeah. I had to Google it. So don't feel bad. Yeah. I had no idea.
Even though this part's live, we can cut this out so that when people go back and listen to it.
Yeah, they're like, oh God.
Yeah.
We're super hip, guys.
We totally know. We totally know.
Hey, you know what? We made it onto this live stream, and I think that goes to show that we still are hip and trendy and young.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
We can do technology, so don't count us out yet.
So I wanted to kind of shift focus from. So we talked about Mo, phenomenal season, and another really good season from another rookie that we had who captivated a lot of eyes at the beginning of the season, Lucas Raymond. So I think that he's going to be a very special person coming up for us. Yeah. Was there anything? I think we talked about it a little bit the last time that you came on too, but I wanted you to kind of add a little bit more since you've had the opportunity to watch him for the rest of the season and talk with him.
Yeah. Great guy. That was one of the most I've laughed since interviewing Evgeny Svechnikov. That's one of the most hilarious interviews I've had.
Yeah.
Like great guy, like loves to just be entertained and talk. I asked him to do like a TikTok or a reel, and he was like, oh yeah, like let's do it. Like, you're so excited about it. Great kid. Again, another guy that's like so goofy off the ice, and then the second they step out on the ice, I mean, they have fun, of course, but it's like serious business.
Flips the switch.
I'm super impressed with Lucas. I think he's had a really great breakout rookie season. I think we all knew what to expect almost, like even before the season started. We all wanted.
Real quick, I was a naysayer. I literally said early on I didn't think he was going to play this season. I went to a couple preseason games and he looked a little. Not that he wasn't talented, but I was like, I feel like Yzerman's not going to rush it. He wants to make sure he's ready. I don't think he's 100% there, and I've said it 10 times over. He's made me eat my words so many times, and I'm so happy.
Well, yeah, right. And you're happy for it. Yep. I think yes, I see where you're coming from. Red Wings organization is huge into developing players. Not even like
they don't
until
rush
they're ripe,
yeah.
until they're overripe. Yeah, they don't like to rush it. They like to keep them down in Grand Rapids, I should say, until they feel like, yes, like they've completely developed into a full player that can play in the NHL. So I don't disagree with you there, but I think for me, since I was at training camp and I saw how he was playing and just how like he looked like he fit like a puzzle piece into this team, I was like, okay, I expect to see him opening day. And then when we all saw him on opening day roster, I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm excited, but I'm not surprised by that. I think he gave us exactly what we were expecting out of him this season. I really liked him. I like what he can add to this team. I liked him on the top line. I liked him with Larkin and Bertuzzi, and sometimes it was interchangeable. Fabry was up there. I liked where he was at. I think he and Dylan complement each other really well on that 100%. Top line. I think a couple times like he got a little streaky where it was like he would have a few like insane games where you were like, holy, crap, this guy is insane. And then he would go a few games without scoring a goal. But in those moments, he was still
learning and
assists and learning and doing little things out on the ice and killing penalties and like creating opportunities and scoring chances. So he wasn't like, and I it's weird to say this because he is, on a stat sheet, you're like, oh my God, this guy is a rookie. What a great season he had. But still it wasn't like astronomically insane, but out on the ice, this is his first season in the NHL and he was playing phenomenally, just doing the little things.
Top line minutes.
Getting the puck out of the corners. Right. Like it's just.
Didn't miss a game either.
Nope.
No, I didn't even think of that. No, didn't miss a game. And this is his first time in the NHL. Like this is a different schedule, the traveling and like the longer schedule. They don't have that over in Europe, have the schedule that they have here in NHL. So major props to Mo and Lucas, even in that sense, they're just getting through the season in general. Props to them. It's hard for me and I'm not the one playing. So the fact that they were able to get through the season and do it as beautifully and gracefully as they did.
Yeah.
Major props to them. That's awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, I wanted to shift the focus a little bit towards like goaltending because that was kind of, a little, that had its ups and downs this year, but I also think that the team wasn't playing great in front of Ned and in front of Grice always as well. So the thing that bugged me the most is when, Ned had a rough, I think March was, we could all agree it wasn't a great month for him, but this is a proven good goaltender. He bounced back. He had 2 shutouts with over 40 saves. I mean, you don't do that as a 26-year-old who's just lucky in this league.
Yeah.
He is a very good goalie.
Mm-hmm. And this is his first technically full season.
Yep.
He was the backup goalie in Carolina. So, I mean, and he played I'd have to check
lot in March.
how many games did he start?
I can look it up.
I didn't look that. I would have
to
look that
it was
up.
over 80% of the games in March.
He played
right.
Yeah.
Because we had to bring Pickard up for at some point, and he played a couple, if I recall correctly.
And then Pickard got hurt.
Yep. It was a rough go for him.
Yeah.
That Magnus Hellberg guy is huge. I didn't realize how big he is.
I'm happy he got to play in a game and got a win in the last game of the season. You have to have a great goalie rotation, but it's also who's under them that is just as important. So we'll see. Obviously, not sure what will happen in the offseason or for next season, who our tandem will be. But
59 games played.
59. Okay, yeah.
Ned had 59 games.
He played over half the season. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot.
And he's
I know.
Look at the shot total. What's the shot total in those 59 games, Tyler?
Oh boy.
That's the key there.
And just look at our division. Just look at our division, like in the teams we were playing, who are so dynamic.
Tampa.
Like,
it's unfair.
Yeah. It is unfair.
They're averaging over 40 shots a night on Ned, and I mean, he just doesn't have a ton of help. So
yeah, exactly. When you don't have, and that was something, and this was a while ago, so I don't even quite remember his response. Or I asked, I think, what did I ask? Maybe Rasmussen or something. It was a post-game interview where they got a win at home, and it was after a really rough patch, what, you guys were finally able to give some support to Ned and Nat, they were we genuinely feel bad for him some nights when we can't produce offensively and he's the one standing on his head in between the pipes. It's tough. I'm sure it gets frustrating as a goaltender, but I mean, Ned is the most level-headed guy I think I've ever talked to, but it has to weigh on you, and that's your job. And the way your job, you can't rely on one person. I think in every sport, when a team isn't doing well, we always look at the quarterback or the pitcher, or we're always honing in on one player, and that's the goalie for hockey. So I think it does. I'm sure it weighs on them. But so
I wanted to just quickly say this. He saw just shy of 1,800 shots this year.
I mean, that's wild.
Insane.
That's wild.
So sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to mention because I feel like for almost 60 games played and you're seeing 1,800 shots. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he deserves a lot more credit than what he's given, because people, and I was thinking about this before we even hopped on, I think people look at just the moments throughout a season. They don't look at the big picture. A lot of fans in general, or a lot of people who check in on the Red Wings and they go and look at the stats. They look at the little moments, the Red Wings lost 7-4, why was it such a high scoring game, or what, they don't look at the big picture. It could have been Ned's 5th game in a row where they had a back-to-back and then they were traveling. They don't take all of that into consideration, which I think is another reason that we should give a lot of these players, all the players, major props for being able to do what they did. We were talking about Mo and Lucas, this is their first season with the NHL. Yes, what they do on the ice is important, but everything that's going on off the ice, all the exhaustion that they have to deal with physically and mentally, and that's insane. Yeah, the travel it's exhausting. I went on a couple trips with the team. You get home, I was climbing into my white bed with muddy paw prints from my dog all over it at 3 a.m. I didn't even care. I was just sleeping in mud. I was I'm so tired, and I didn't even play in the game.
Did you get a ride in the team plane?
Yes. Yeah.
Was that pretty cool?
I mean, it wasn't my first time. I've been on it a few, like, I think my first season, it was like, whoa. I mean, it is cool. I can't say it's not. I mean, like, I don't fly on private jets.
That's so cool.
Like, it is really cool. And the staff is awesome on there.
All right. So we got to talk about it. Really... I want to know more. So is it like, it's like a normal plane setup, or is there like tables you can sit down?
Tables. There are tables and like normal seating. The staff that they've had is, they all like, they know them so well. They're so nice. The food is amazing. My little quad that I had was always a great bunch. It was my videographer, who I became so close with. She's awesome, Amber Curran. We and I are just giggle fits every time we're together. So it's like, don't look at me or don't talk to me. We're just gonna start like giggling about stupid crap on the plane. And then I sat next to Paul Boyer, who's the equipment manager. He's one of my favorite guys. So it was just like it was a blast every time I went. But it was exhausting. Like it's exhausting traveling.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, major props to the players for actually physically playing in the game. I'm just sitting there watching in the press box, eating popcorn, tweeting, taking notes on like the game play. Oh my gosh. I know, I'm like, watching an arena show, taking notes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they have it tough.
Who are the card players?
Carly's like, actually, I took everyone's money on the plane.
Yeah, right. I don't go. So the way it's set up is coaching staff is in the front, and then it's like, media and like me, and then players are in the back. So I don't and if I go to the bathroom, it's up in the front, so I don't really pass them. But I don't really know, because I've talked about this with like when I was interviewing one of the players before. But I think for the most part, they're napping. Like,
yeah, that's
as I would be too. Yeah.
Right. So it's all like first class seating.
I think Yeah.
Big plushy seats.
Yes. Yeah.
Did it lay back all the way flat?
No.
Oh. Hey, I don't know.
I don't think.
Crap. They lay back flat. I didn't know that. That'd be so funny, actually. That's nice.
Yeah. I don't think they do. But
so have you traveled with the Tigers team at all?
No. Oh wow, that would be a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, I have not.
God, talk about a hockey season, a baseball season.
162 games.
Out.
Wild, you guys. And you know what? The COVID season that we had, the condensed season that we had for the NHL, when we played it more of like a baseball style, we would welcome in a team and they'd say, I liked that for hockey where we have half the games, but like, I like that kind of schedule where you play them, like, let's say, someone in our division, we stop in the city, we play them 4 times. I thought that was like really smart, like, so that you're not, popping around everywhere all season long, but.
And you're not tired, I feel like, because you're not traveling as far. You can actually get accustomed to like where you're at. That's a good point.
Yeah, and I feel like it would be cool. Like, I thought it was really interesting. My favorite part was being able to, like, let's say the Red Wings were playing the Predators. The Predators would come into town. We played them a couple games, so I felt like I got to know the Predators' style of play. Like, I got to know about the team even more.
Yeah.
Than just like, focusing on one team this night, another team this night. Like, I felt like I got to like really hone in on the team for that homestand or whatever you want to call it, like at that time. I liked it.
I like the COVID games because I went to a couple when there's only like 300 fans or 100 fans welcome. It's so weird because you could hear. I didn't know they pumped in the crowd noise into the actual arena. I was sitting there, I'm like, why is this getting like? I thought this was like a broadcasting. Loud? Yeah, like I thought this was a broadcasting, but nope, just into the arena, just pumping crowd noise.
Yeah. We still had like an in-arena show. Like I was still doing. I pre-recorded them because I was at the set for like the intermissions and stuff, but we still had like a full show. We still had like hype videos and. Yeah, it was interesting.
I forgot about the hype videos. That's so true. Yeah,
because the players, like, we tried to make it feel normal for the players. I don't know if it was so much for the fans. I'm sure like a lot of the stuff that like the reads that I would do were more for the fans. But like, I mean, you gotta give. I mean, how many times have you heard a player say, like the fans really kept us in this game, or we're feeding off the energy from the fans, like. when you only have, Lord, I can't do my math, but like, 1/10 of the amount of fans that you would have in a regular game, like you got to pump in some kind of noise. They've got to get their energy from themselves and from something.
I liked it though because you could hear the players talk. That was the best part. You could hear the players and the refs talk. So So you heard some good stuff. I wish they honestly had microphones in the corners so you could hear like chatter. Like I know you got to be kind of careful.
You got to be a little careful with that.
But like
finger on the beat button. Beep, beep, beep.
Right.
All of a sudden they just go black screen. All right, too much. We got to cancel that.
Yeah, right.
Cancel the whole broadcast. But yeah. That went off the rails right there. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I think I helped with that one, but like we did a lot of the mic'd up sessions. We had a series mic'd up this season. Well, I think we usually do it, but I love those. I love hearing the communication they have out on the ice. I love hearing what they say. One of my favorites was when the Svechnikov brothers played each other and then they were talking back and forth in Russian. Like it's just, I love hearing that kind of stuff and what they're saying and the communication. Cause like, I think it's so interesting. Like obviously I'm observing the game, but I'm not in the game where like, they're at the face-off circle and I'm like, well, I wonder what they're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
So
so I love that kind of stuff.
It's funny that you bring that up, Carly, because March 26th, like there's always that video of the infamous brawl and everything, and I think it was the next season, center ice, Claude and Darren lined up next to each other, and the camera was zoomed in on both of them, and Darren was just giving it to him. I want to know exactly what was said because to this day,
ask him. He'll tell you.
I'm sure he will.
Has he told you? He's
no, I haven't asked.
We need to get back on the podcast.
So I think he's been asked about that before, like on TV, and he goes, "Well, I can't say that on TV. I said some disgusting things." No. But I'm just saying, like he said some really disgusting, like terrible things. He said. So
yeah, I'm sure. Like if I texted him, I was like, "Darren, send us a video of what you." He probably would, unless it really is something that like he would be proud to repeat.
Yeah.
He's great. He's a good storyteller.
He is.
We had him.
All bets are off.
We had him on, but before we got into like the video conferencing and stuff like that, so it would be really cool to have him on again to talk about that.
He's awesome. Passionate guy.
Absolutely.
It was Ken Daniels who started the live the video trend.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because he said I'm not doing it unless it's a Zoom.
Yeah, he's like,
really?
So the first time we had him on, he joined like our normal how we did it.
Just the audio. Yeah.
He messaged Tyler, was like, "I'm not joining unless it's a Zoom this time." I was like, "What?" But I guess we're getting Zoom.
In a way, it was good though because he pushed us to do it, and we haven't looked back since.
No, it was awesome.
When you have a beautiful face like Ken Daniels,
that's what it was. That's what it was. He's like, I gotta get my face out there.
I gotta get my face out there.
He has some great stories. He has some really good stories.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Like,
it's
and they're so
wild.
Detailed too. The detail that he remembers.
Yeah, that's storytelling.
Yes, I love it. I could listen to him for hours, literally.
I'm not a good storyteller because when I start telling a story, I tell like 18 little stories within my one big story. Like my ADD is like, I can't.
That's me. I get sidetracked way too easily.
It's so bad. It's so bad. So I admire good storytellers.
I think my favorite was the Datsuk one on the plane.
Yeah,
telling the story.
Where he said like, or Igor said, Ken, Pavel didn't like when you said that he played like a monkey. And he was like, no, that's not what I said. I said the way that he's just lanky and I didn't mean anything by it. Like tell him like I didn't mean anything by it.
Nothing sucks more than like when like a player heard something you said and didn't like it.
Yeah.
Right. You're just like, I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah. I didn't mean it that way. My one of my previous videographers, Dan Manis, he told me a story. I can't remember I think it was on a bus. Yeah, it must have been the bus because there's kind of like assigned seating on the plane. So it must have been a game bus where they were taking a bus from the hotel to the arena. And Dan and I did this too my first year, but Dan sat in Datsuk's seat on the bus, not knowing, obviously, I think it was his first season. And Pavel scared the crap out of him. Like, I think jokingly, but like he was also kind of like, no, sit in that seat.
You're just like,
I sat in Tatar's seat. Oh my God, I'll never forget this. I was scarred. Where was it? I think it was maybe Chicago. First season. I knew none of the rules of traveling, like nothing. I knew nothing. And I got on a plane and went all the way to the back, on the bus. I went all the way to the back of the bus, thinking that the players would sit in the front because they would get off first. Like I knew that we had to wait for the players to get off the bus so they could go into the arena first and go right to the locker room. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me go to the back of the bus so they can get off first. And then I'm sitting there and like all of like the vets are filing in through the back. And I'm like,
oh boy.
Okay, I don't have a good feeling about this.
You're like, guys, I sat down, but I'm not here for good.
I can move. Like I'm not glued to this seat. And I came in hot. Like I had like my backpack was hitting every chair I went past. I was like sweating. I was like really like, I don't know. Cause I think we were leaving after that. Like I think we had a flight out after that game. So I had to like pack and like make sure I had everything. So I'm sitting in the back of the bus and I texted my coworker and I was like, come back here. Like I'm like literally the only person like in a sea of players. And he was like, wait, you went all the way to the back of the bus? Like I would think I was in the third to last row. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh no.
He's like, that's the player section.
I can tell the guys are like laughing. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, am I in someone's seat? And they're like, no.
Were they just waiting for to come back?
Oh yeah, he came back and he giggled, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I didn't know, like, I didn't know they had like not assigned seating, but like seats that they sat in before a game. So the whole game goes by, and I think I can't remember who told me. Oh, it was Xavier Willett. He told me after the game, we walked down from the press box and I was like, asked him about it. And he was like, he laughed. He goes, hi, yeah. I can't remember who he said, but someone sent it like in the group, a picture of you sitting in Tatar's seat in the group chat. I was like, are you kidding me? No one wanted to tell me. And he was like, no, because it's funny. It's not that big of a deal. I go, it's not funny for me. I want someone to tell me like the rules.
So before
one of the jokes.
So before the next time you went on the bus, you were like asking for a seating chart. Like asking where everyone was.
This past time, because I thought I was on the second bus. I think I was in New York. I was on the second bus. And I don't think it's as like I don't think they really have like assigned seating now. I think it's just kind of like, the vets sit in the back. I think that's just kind of how it is. So I went like the middle of the bus, but then the guys kept like walking by me and like looking around. There were no seats left. Like everything, like every seat was taken up. Mm-hmm. The guys were like looking around. I asked every player, "Am I in your seat? Am I in your seat? Do you want the seat?" And they were like, "No, like you're fine." I was like, "I have like PTSD from when I literally sat in Tatar's seat and was the butt of the whole everyone's jokes for the rest of the night. Like, I want to make sure I'm sitting in a good seat."
Yeah,
but.
Or just sit in one and just be like, this is my seat now.
Just look at him. I'm sitting here in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Just accept the fact that, okay, this is my seat. You're going to have to find another one, dude. I'll tell you.
Like, wow, Carly's super
I have seniority over most of them, I guess, now at this point.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been with the team for 5 years.
Exactly.
Unless it's someone like Larkin or Bertuzzi or something.
Just be like, do you want to be on my show? Do you want to get interviewed?
They're probably all saying, no, we don't. Thank you, though.
Like,
no, we'd rather not stay at the arena after practice, but thank you.
No, they love it. So those videos crack me up. They do.
They're fun. I have a lot of fun doing those. Coffee with Carley is my favorite because it's like definitely a personality piece. Obviously, we all like to talk hockey with them. It's really enlightening and cool to hear when someone's passionate about their craft, to be able to talk to them about it. But like, I love being able to hear about like their hobbies outside of hockey because during the season, that's all they do. So it's like, what's your family like? Like, what do you like to do outside of? And I love learning stuff like that because when we look at players, we just see them as a player, as an athlete. Like that's all they do. Like they have so much more outside of that. So yeah, those are a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Who's your favorite player to interview, hands down?
Ever, like on the current roster?
Both.
Evgeny Svechnikov was my favorite. When I say the most personable, funny guy, just a great guy. He was my first coffee with Carley, and we filmed for I think 2.5 hours. He even came up to the offices with me. He followed, like he came up. He's like, oh, I want to see your desk. Like, what's it like up there? I've never been up there. He came up and he was like walking around the department. Hey, walking around like just getting some coffee. I'm like, oh my God, you are hilarious. I think he wasn't playing at the time. It was when he got his ACL surgery, but he was great. Like I had a lot of fun with Lucas, Jake Wallman. And then like I just did a coffee with Carly with him maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
Another really personable guy, like sat and talked with me afterwards. Nick Leddy was really nice. I mean, everyone is just so nice. Like no one has been a bad interview.
So that's the hockey players. They're all super down.
Yeah. I feel like. They're just so nice, but
besides Tyler.
This Tyler or Bertuzzi?
Yeah. No, this Tyler. No, I love Bertuzzi. That's like my favorite player, hands down.
Bert's another really nice, funny guy. A really great guy.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
I was so happy, like hearing all the rumblings about him possibly being traded before the deadline. I was like, "Oh, please don't. I
in the group chat, I was like, they need to give me a first round and like Connor McDavid.
No.
Like, yeah, no,
he's a core Red Wing.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Like, you know, he wants to be here. You know, he's built his family here. He's a great guy, really nice guy, and his fiance Ashley is amazing too.
His uncle loved it here too when he played. I mean, he came back. He played with us, and then did he go into retirement and then come out, or did he play with us and leave to go play somewhere else and then came back? I know he played for us twice, didn't he? Or am I thinking of someone completely different?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Something like that. All I know is that he liked it enough to stick around. Like he loved playing for the Wings and loved Metro Detroit.
He went to the Flames and came back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Looked it up.
Yeah, I think, and a lot of guys, like our alumni, we have so many alumni. That doesn't sound right. There's so many guys who used to play for us that are still in the area that like stayed here that aren't even technically from here. Like a lot of the guys that we see, like, you know, we were just talking about him, Darren McCarty, Jason Woolley, Drew Miller, like all these guys that come and like, you know, they'll come to the games and do the intermission shows, but like a lot of guys that just stick around. You know, Detroit's culture. Not everyone's little destination on the map of United States, but like it's a good place to live.
It's gotten way better over the past decade. We can all agree with that.
Sure.
Like, I mean, the revitalization of the city, from you know everyone involved, you know, the Gilberts, the Illiches, and all the other people that have been involved in rebuilding have done such a phenomenal job of starting from the core of downtown and working their way out. Because you know, back when the Wings were a damn good team, like in the 90s when we grew up, Detroit was not a desirable place to go.
No.
People were not hanging out in Detroit.
Yeah, no. Like I don't remember growing up, like we would go to, like it was almost like a this is gonna sound dramatic, but like destination to go to like a Red Wings game. Like
100%.
We'd go to the Joe and we'd go home. You know, it wasn't like, oh, let's go downtown for the day.
Right.
Yeah,
and then go to the game.
No thanks.
Yeah, right.
I remember when he went to the old Tiger Stadium, used to walk pretty quickly to the Tiger Stadium.
Right?
Some of the parking
as close as you can.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing to see what has happened to this city. Like people like desire to live down there. And that's amazing to hear because that's something that wasn't, like you said, a goal. It was something that was a goal a few years ago.
Those townhouses by LCA are nice.
Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. And they just
all around the city.
I watched them from my desk.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so, I think Little Caesars Arena has helped a ton too. Like when we were just talking about Miggy's 3000th hit, though that was a doubleheader that day for the Tigers, the Red Wings had a noon game. So many people pop back and forth between LCA and
it's like a block away, right?
All four major sports within walking distance. I think that's like one of the few metropolitans that have that.
I think it was the first one that's within like a half-mile radius or something, or a quarter-mile radius or something.
Yeah, it's huge because you can go to a baseball game and a hockey game the same day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yep.
Or a basketball game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like
basketball and hockey.
Yeah, there were a couple game days.
Has that happened?
At least two, where there was a matinee.
Daniela posted.
I don't know if it was Pistons earlier every time. But yeah, there were a couple games where like that's an insane turnover that they have to go from court to ice or
ice management.
Oh my gosh, wild.
Oh,
so like that, that's so cool. Someone could go to a Pistons game, go out, paint the town in Detroit for the remainder of the day, and then come back to LCA at night to catch a Red Wings game. I mean, that's so
same
cool.
Location. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, same location. Don't have to move your car.
Nope.
one payment of parking.
Exactly. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I can get a little extreme down there during game days.
It's a state-of-the-art arena. Got to pay for it.
Yeah, somehow.
Upkeep, I'm sure, isn't cheap.
Hold on. What they're killing me with is they're blocking down that road right next to 75 after the Red Wings games. It kills me. You have to like drive like super
turning
far
left.
Cass. Yeah, Cass. You have to drive like around the block, and then there's lines of traffic. Oh,
is your shirt the Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, that's cool. The steps.
I love it.
I like that. That's cool.
It was such like you could tell like the Joe was.
I miss the Joe.
It was it was like a piece of crap, but it was like our piece of crap.
Yeah, exactly. It was a polished turd.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, from what we were hearing from Ken Daniels, how like they didn't even build it with press boxes. They had to like.
Oh yeah, they had to. That was like oh shoot, we forgot that.
Yeah,
and it was literally just seats that
bathrooms weren't done.
And it was funny because I mentioned we watched that documentary, Dustin, on the Joe. And they said that like during the opening night for the Joe, the bathrooms still weren't done. And Connor jokingly said, well, they still weren't done even when they knocked it down.
So that was one of those historic moments where it was like, it's like getting a new house, you have an old house. Maybe you're building a new beautiful house, but you're in this old house that you just love so much because it has so much character, but it's time for new beginnings. And I think at first, everyone had so much to say about LCA. It was a gorgeous arena, but they're like, it's not the Joe. It's not the Joe. The team wasn't doing well. But now that the team's gotten better, it's been 5 years since we've introduced Little Caesars Arena. And
they just need a new goal horn.
I think it's popping out. I think the fans were electric this season. And I think that really is starting to build some memories at LCA.
I went to a lot of games this year. And the season ticket reps keep on calling me, and they might have a claim this time. I think I went to 18 games or 19 games.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to get at least a partial plan. What do they call it?
Yeah, like
a half a season plan.
Yeah, half or quarter season.
Yeah.
It's just
or split it with someone.
That's what I need to do. I need to find somebody that like, hey, listen, let's split it. That's a good
idea.
I'm over in Rockford.
He's over in Grand Rapids. He's too far. And Connor's in Battle Creek. I'm the only one that's close.
Put some miles on your car.
Yeah. Hey, come pick me up with the Wings plane, and I'll do it.
Right? No doubt.
Ride in with some Griffins fans. You'll be fine.
There you go.
I was thinking about, now that I'm coaching, I won't be able to do it, but I talked with my brother-in-law thinking it would be so cool to do like get like a suite at the Van
Andel, yeah.
Yeah. But I just want to have time.
The gondola suites are super cool at LCA. If you ever get a chance to sit in those are super cool.
The suites are really nice. I mean, there's not a bad seat. Like even like Upper Fall is a little sketchy, but like the gondola is so cool. It's like literally like watching. I can't even explain it. It's a
bird's eye view.
Yeah.
It's over. Yeah.
It's like when I went and saw
you can watch the structure of the game differently.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really cool.
You can see like plays open up. You can see like when the goalies are out of position and stuff, or you can see like when people are out of position. I
never realized how much Ned came out of the crease until I was up in the gondola. And I was like, oh my God, he's literally like playing in the game. Like I always knew he would, venture out, but I was like, oh my Lord, that's really far out. Like I was like getting like, oh,
right.
Get back.
It's like I get why they put the press up there, right? I mean, Ken Daniels has they have the best view. You can literally see everything. Yeah. I mean, the only thing you can't get though is like I don't understand how they can see those numbers so well. Like the fact that
no. Well, so
they have a bunch of TVs too.
Yeah,
so they're cross-referencing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 100% they talk, but also let's say, okay, so we were talking about them. Let's say Seider scored a goal. They would come over. There's like a PA system up there. They would say, Moritz Seider, goal, 1776 in the first. I love how that was like the declaration of the United States. I don't know why I came with that. 1776 is not even a time. 4:36 on the clock in the first period, assisted by Lucas Raymond and Dylan Larkin. So it's like they tell you. So like if you're writing a story or you're tweeting it or whatever, like there's confirmation there. But
so do you set up? Yeah. I mean, I know you're mostly down like the whole entire time. Yeah. You're just roaming around the whole entire like arena. Is that like I'm at the arena? Is that what you do?
Right. So I like to find like I don't know if you guys know the loges, like they're like the mini suites.
Oh yeah.
Of a lot of the portals. I like to if those are empty, I like to sit there to watch the game. Or I'll stand up at the top of the portals. But yeah, I'm usually just popping around, getting my
What
stuff.
you think about that rock band that we had a couple weeks ago?
Autumn Kings.
Yeah, Autumn. That was interesting. I've never had live.
That was Autumn Kings, right?
I think so.
When was that?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Easter. That was Easter, right?
Yeah, it was Easter. Yeah.
You have them there. Yeah. Okay, it was Easter. When I tell you, I felt like I was so busy that I didn't even hear. I like barely saw them.
Really?
But I think they made a song for us that was. Now I can't remember. I think it was going to be like potentially a goal song. I could be wrong. I feel like I'm. But anyway, we've been working with them since I think the arena opened.
Oh wow! They had a rock band, Tyler.
But they haven't
played during the intermissions.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Okay, I keep hitting my table. But yeah, I like didn't hear them. Not that I didn't hear them, but like I wasn't able to like experience them and watch them. Like I heard them in the background.
Yeah.
But did you see the drum line?
Yeah.
Drum line was there for Easter too. Yeah. So that was cool. So we introduced the drum line, Red Wings drum line. I got to hear them a little bit.
Is that going to be something that's going to be like a continuous arena thing?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully,
like Vegas. I like how Vegas goes through with their drum line before the game, and they have their I don't know. What
it's like a little dancers.
Parade. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's what we should do for the Wings. I think they're like dancers. I don't know what they are. But like,
I mean, that would make sense. Like little cheerleaders. Yeah.
No, well, the cheerleaders too, but they have like hats on, these like crazy festive hats.
Oh yeah, the like Bally's Bergeret dance.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vegas is wild though. I mean,
that's honestly.
I would hope they would have stuff like that.
Have you been to a Vegas game ever?
I haven't.
Oh, that's honestly I recommend.
Want to go to the Fortress.
It's so cool. I've been out there every time I go to Vegas. I go to a Vegas game. They're my other favorite team.
How often do you go to Vegas? Every time I go to Vegas.
I've been. How many games I've been to?
He's a season ticket holder there too.
No, I've been to I think I've been to 4 or 5 games in Vegas.
Oh wow, that's kind of a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to like San Jose, really cool. Anaheim.
Yeah.
Anywhere
he wants to hit every team in the NHL. Like he wants to go to all of their arenas.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I try to plan trips, and it's like most of the time it's pretty easy, right? Because
around this,
it's cold. It's cold during hockey season, so my wife
Arizona
likes to be warm.
State. You can go to Arizona State and see.
Does that count? Does that count as one? I don't know. I'm kind of like in between. It's like an asterisk.
It's where they're playing.
But it's gonna be hard getting tickets for that. They only have 6,000 tickets to sell. It should be pretty hard to get tickets.
Scalpers.
I don't know if it's gonna be that hard. I don't know if that many people are really going to those games, but my brother lives in La Jolla and loves going to the San Diego Gulls games. The AHL. He's like, they're so fun.
I guarantee it. I wish LA didn't have. LA needs to move their hockey team. Bring the Kings down to San Diego.
Yeah, I agree.
That'd be nice.
That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool.
So
yeah, I mean, every sports team, poor San Diego Chargers left.
Yep.
I don't understand that.
They have the Padres though, I think, right?
They do have the Padres, but that's all they have.
Yep. That's it.
That's all they
Padres
have.
and the Gulls. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poor San Diego.
So
darn. Imagine living there. That'd be terrible.
I know, rough life. God,
yeah.
Could you imagine?
Life.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Take all their sports teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They get surfing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
They can have that.
Beach, ocean. We have winters and 50 degrees in May. Dang
exactly. It's 61 here.
So we're coming up on 50 minutes. I think this would be a good time to do the first round picks for the playoffs. And today is we're recording on Sunday, but it's
live too.
It is. Yes, it is. The first game of the playoffs. How many games are there tomorrow? My God, there's a ton of them.
Quite a few.
Today's the last day of the regular season. Two teams are playing that no one really cares about. But yeah. So, Dustin, did we want to start in the Eastern Conference or Western Conference?
Let's start West.
All right. So
you got Connors, right?
Yeah, I got Connors with me. So Carley will be joining in with us. There's no pressure. We're kind of putting her on the spot. We've had some time to think about this, but sometimes last minute split decisions end up being better than well thought out ones. So
I have to do my bracket. I haven't done my bracket yet.
Join the Wing Sauce bracket. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So we have Colorado and the Preds. So Dustin, what say you?
Well, I think it's pretty much a sweep across the board, right? All three? No, I'm saying all three of us picked Colorado.
Yeah.
So all three of us picked Colorado.
Yep.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking in 5 games.
Yeah, Connor said in 4. I said in 6. I think the Preds are going to give a little bit of fight, and when they play at home, it's kind of unfair.
Yeah, Bristol's fine, but I'm not that worried.
But Carley, you say the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the Avs in 4.
Ooh, sweep.
Bring out the room.
Now we have possibly one of the most. I would say this is probably the most exciting first round matchup overall.
So real quick on that, a lot of people are kind of upset with that matchup just because they feel like both those teams
deserve to go further.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, well, play better hockey in the regular season. That's all I got to say.
Uh-huh.
So Minnesota and St. Louis. Dustin, you want to start out again?
Yep. So I'm picking old Minnesota just because I made a bet with a buddy that the Blues wouldn't make it out of the second round. So.
And you love Fleury.
Yeah, and I do love Fleury, and I feel like Vegas did him wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And Chicago.
And then Connor. Wait, how many games?
Oh, games. I picked 6.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Connor had Mini in 7. I have Mini in 7. Carley, what do you say?
I'm gonna agree with you and Connor. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mini in 7.
7. I'm gonna go 7 games. Yeah.
I don't blame you. Next one, Calgary, Dallas.
Ooh.
I picked Calgary.
Yeah.
Calgary in 6. I don't think Dallas has what it takes.
I picked Calgary in 5. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, this is going to be just like they're going to have bubble flashbacks where the Stars beat up on them." But no, I think that they're way more competent for coaching. They have a stellar team all around. I say Calgary in 5. Connor said Calgary in 6. What do you think, Carley?
I'm going to say Calgary in, let's say 5.
So no love for Glendening. Sorry, Glendening.
Oh, Glenny.
No, a lot of love for him. It's just not, he can't do it by himself.
Love. And Vlad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Domestikov. I forgot about that.
I did too.
Maybe
I should change my
pick. Yeah, right.
Yeah, wait, maybe Flames is 6.
Right?
So
Edmonton,
Oilers.
Extra game.
Yeah,
Edmonton,
Oilers and Kings.
And then real quick, Brown is retiring after the season per his words. So congrats on a long season for him, but unfortunately he'll be kicked out in the first round by Edmonton.
Yeah.
In 4 games.
Oh, it's a sweep.
Oh.
Yeah, the Kings aren't a playoff team. It's all right. I don't see that.
They're young and the only really experience that they have is Quick. They have Kopitar and they have a few guys, but
I mean Quick's proven right in the playoffs, but it's just he's past his prime. I
say the Oil in 6. Connor said Oilers as well in 6.
I'm gonna say Oilers in 6 too. I think the Kings are gonna put up a good fight.
Yeah. I think so.
Anything they say, yeah.
Right.
The Kings are going to be motivated extra
for Brown.
I think so. And
so, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna say Oilers in 7.
Oilers in 7.
I'm not
okay.
I
like it. I like it.
They have a fire in their belly. They want to end on a high note.
There we go.
They still have Kopitar. I don't know how many seasons he has left either. I mean, they have a good young core coming up. But
how old is Kopitar?
I would
30.
I want to say he's like 33, 34, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Kopitar, he is an 87. So he's 34.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he is. Man, I shouldn't say that's old because it's not old.
It's not old.
It's very young.
But when you're a professional athlete.
Yeah. Ask Tom Brady, though. Apparently age doesn't matter.
Like, I'm 29. I could not be as physical as these guys at 34. Are you kidding me?
No.
Well, Brady's 46.
That's hell on the body.
Oh.
Yeah. Brady's like 66.
Hockey. I think hockey is a lot more physical.
100%.
Not 1,000%. Quarterback, but
depends on where you're playing in football. If you're a lineman, you're getting beat up all the time.
You're a quarterback. You can make it to 50.
Yeah.
You're a running back and make it.
If you're a kicker, you can make it to 70.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
get your walker out there. You'll be fine.
So Tyler, let's start. Let's start at the bottom. We already kind of know the top Florida parts on the top part.
So you want to start with New York and Pitt?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, go ahead.
New York, Pitt. I have the Rangers. I just hate Pittsburgh and Crosby.
I think I had Rangers in. I had Rangers in. I think I had them in 5.
Okay.
I think that. I mean, the Pens. This is probably going to be their last dance too, but. When it comes to trying to solve Shesterkin, I just think they're going to have such a hard time doing it. And we'll find out if the Rangers are for real, but they haven't given me any reason not to believe it. So
and Reeves likes playoff hockey.
Yeah, they got Revo. So and Connor said he also said Rangers in 6. What do you think? What do you think, Carly?
I'm gonna say Rangers in. I'm going to say Rangers in 7.
Okay. I like it.
Going to be a tight series?
I think so.
Pittsburgh's a good team.
Oh, yeah.
They are no stranger to playoff games. I'm going to say 7. I'm going to say Rangers in 7.
I like it. That's what I chose.
Is Jari hurt?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I didn't even.
Yeah.
Looks so like Jari is hurt?
It looks like. It's kind of on he's day to day.
So I don't know. He'll probably be playing through it.
Playoffs.
He'll be playing through it.
Right.
Yeah, that just furthers my. I'm sticking with Rangers at 5 for sure. But
the Bees and the Canes.
We haven't had any upsets, you guys.
This one is for me. I picked Bruins. Oh yeah, Bruins in 7.
What?
I think that. Yeah, Freddie Anderson is.
Bro,
if first of all, is Freddie Anderson back, or is he banged up?
I don't know. He's gonna have someone licking people the whole series. Get out of here.
I'm saying so. The Canes they're a good team, but I think you can't get past the Bruins if you have Ranta in net.
Yeah,
not happening.
Canes in 6. They're built for the playoffs. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say Canes in 7. I'm pretty confident in the Hurricanes, but
Connor had Canes in 7 as well.
They're a playoff team, man. Canes are a playoff team, 100%.
Right. But, that's a good matchup, though.
No,
it
is.
A really good matchup.
But the Bees have, with Ullmark and Swayman, I'm not going to say that they're any better than like Rask or anything, but that was kind of a question mark coming into the season. Okay, if Rask is done, who's going to step up to the plate? And I said always be careful with the Bees. If you give them room, I mean their power play can be quite dangerous.
Toronto.
Right. Speaking
there's
of which,
no denying they're both good teams, but
no, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the Hurricanes.
I like it. So Florida series. So I'm pretty sure everyone's going to pick Tampa Panthers, Lightning Panthers. It's pretty.
Yeah. I mean, Maple Leafs aren't built for the playoffs, and the Panthers are just such a dynamic team. You can't count them out. I mean, obviously the Capitals are. Okay, yeah, that makes. Oh, and 6?
I have both. Yeah,
and 6.
I'm gonna say Panthers in 5. I'm gonna say Lightning in. I don't know.
I'll say 7.
No way. The Leafs are not going to put that much of a battle. I put the Lightning in 5.
Lightning in 5.
Connor said Lightning in 7.
Really? He thinks the Leafs are going to put on that much of a battle with them?
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was on here so I could ask him about that, because I think that's I don't see that. The Leafs are a terrible playoff team.
They're a terrible playoff team, but
there's no depth on the back end, and their goalies stink.
Yeah,
maybe they're just so embarrassed from their previous playoff series.
It's going to continue.
Ask the Habs. Ask the Habs. Stanley Cup Finals to freaking the worst team, one of the worst teams in the NHL. Yeah,
they'll come out. They'll probably win the first 2 games. Toronto,
Maple Leafs.
Yeah, and then they'll just choke and lose the next 4.
I think it'll be back and forth series. I'm sorry, I keep rocking.
You're good.
I keep forgetting that we're recording on camera and I'm just rocking.
No, you're fine.
We're that was pretty much it though. Was there anything else that you wanted to bring up, Dustin?
Only thing I want to bring up, who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup?
Wait, who do you think is going to be in the finals?
Finals?
Let's go there. And then who do you think is going to win?
You're talking about the conference finals, correct?
No. Stanley Cup finals. Stanley
Cup finals.
It's going to be Colorado and Florida.
That's what I got.
Oh wow. Okay.
And Florida's going to win.
I'm asking. I haven't put much thought into this. I think the Panthers could win the Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know who's going to be in the finals with them.
So all I can say is though, if Florida wins, everyone in Miami better go to a freaking game next year. You bunch of savages who don't even like your team.
BB&T Arena is always empty.
It's like crickets in there, and you guys have the best team in the NHL. You go watch them play. What's wrong with you?
Wait, they changed the name.
Who?
Of the arena.
Yeah.
Oh, is it not BB&T anymore? It's
Florida Live or something like that.
Yep. FLA Live Arena. So Florida Live Arena.
That was one of the places I traveled. That's why I remember. Yeah, Florida Live Arena.
Oh, of course you went to Miami. Of course. Hey,
I went on the Florida trip, but it was a back-to-back. So it was
Florida trip? Yeah, I'll go. Yeah,
it was quick. It was
only if you need me.
Don't like Carly. Carly's like, can I go down 2 days before and come back a week later?
Yeah, I wish. It was a back-to-back, so we were in. It was Sunrise, not Miami. We didn't go to the beachfront in Fort Lauderdale. We were in Sunrise.
It's still Miami though. Sunrise, Miami.
It's still beautiful weather. Yeah, was definitely not complaining. But I remember going there and I couldn't find BB&T, and I'm like why? I was so confused, and I went to go do a game day report, and I'm like, why do I feel like it's not BB&T? Why do I vaguely remember them changing the name? So I Googled it and it was Florida Live, but I'm like, wait, is it FLA or is it Florida? How am I wording this?
Maybe that's why people aren't going, because they don't even know.
They can't
find it. Arena is that?
They're typing in BB&T and they can't find it.
Maybe they moved.
I got to give more thought to the Stanley Cup Finals though, but I really do think the Panthers are a dynamic team, and I really think they could win. I also don't like how there are no upsets. I didn't give any upsets. Or I'm not expecting any upsets.
Well, it's so because it's the logic.
I like upsets.
It's the logical thinking piece. Whenever we do this, for the longest time, we never get these 100% right. I think Dustin was the most accurate with last year's picks, and the nice thing about it is we have our brackets, but we don't necessarily go off of our brackets for so each round we reset. When it's a new round, we completely reset, and we're like, hey, give your picks. Who's going to win for this? Okay, but Dustin killed it last year. But that's the thing is you're not really thinking when you're thinking logically. You're like, okay, this is how they played throughout the season.
This is how they are in the playoffs typically. Yeah.
It's so hard though, because if someone gets injured, it's just
right. Or
there's so many
a game.
Yeah.
I love hockey. I love playoff hockey. It's
too.
Such a bummer though, rooting for other teams or watching other teams.
I know. Soon though. Honestly, I think we're in a 5-year. Within 5 years,
we're getting better. We're almost doubling our wins.
Fewer than 5 years, I think.
Yeah, I think fewer than 5 years too.
I like to give an over
broad
extra cushion.
Yeah,
I think playoffs. I don't know. I would say 2.
2? Okay.
I would say 2 because 2 years ago we had
2 years.
2 years ago we had 17 wins on the season. This year was it 30? Shoot, was it 32?
I don't want to talk about the 17. Jesus, that was terrible. That was
well. That it's just how many? Yeah, 32 wins on the season. 2 years ago we had 17. Like the progress that this team is making. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, we got another year, no playoffs." Okay, look at the record compared to what it was last year. Last year was 19.
Yeah.
Right? Look at some of the signings though. I mean, some of those players that we have in the program that we just signed.
Yeah,
it's gonna be exciting to see, especially some of those. Bergeron,
Edmondson.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot sooner. Like, I mean, when I say we're going to make it to the playoffs, like maybe we'll get kicked out in the first round, but I think just making it to the playoffs and these guys being able to play playoff hockey is huge. Yeah.
100%.
So
I have a bet that next
year. 2 years.
I say,
even next year.
I had a bet with a buddy that's like a steak dinner. And if they make it in next year, like I'm saying, they're going to be like the team that squeaks in. Like
the wild card,
maybe a wild card spot, But I think that if they could have played in the second half of the season, if they could have played the same way they did the first half of the season, that they'd be in the playoffs right now.
No, I agree. I was getting kind of worried because I had a bet. I was not worried, but I had a bet that they'd be under 79.5. And at the beginning of the season, they were steamrolling. I was like, okay, well, that bet was toast. They actually might make playoffs, and then.
But then, I mean, injuries happen. Like, I mean, things happen throughout the season, and then it's just like we were talking, the exhaustion throughout the season. I mean, I'm sure it just catches up to you. So,
yeah.
I would say I wouldn't be surprised next season. I would be excited if they made it in 2 years, but not surprised. Also, I don't know. Maybe I would be surprised next season. I guess we will see what happens in the off season.
Right.
Yeah,
there are a lot of question marks.
Yeah, and there could be some surprises too. Like, is Edmondson going to make the roster and kind of surprise people just like Raymond did? So it remains to be seen. And then you have Bergeron, who had a great year in the AHL. So I'm imagining he's going to get a look. So it's a lot of exciting things are happening, and that Yzerman's going to probably pick up somebody in the offseason. I would think he's going to make some low risk, high return pickups, but I mean, that's what's going to help us get closer to the goal.
Hey, real quick. Plus we can see Verona next year, the whole entire year. Yeah.
Let's hope, man.
Dude, he was on a tear when he came out.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
He's just one of those game changer players, but he just needs to be healthy. I mean, we've seen just little sample sizes of him in the 2 seasons that we've had them since we've acquired him, and just look at what he's done. So
quickest Red Wing to 20, or did he tie?
Tied.
Yeah.
Tied.
Yep. Not to brag or anything. Anything else, Tyler?
Nope. That's it. Thank you so much again,
Carly. Appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys. It's always I love talking hockey in general and Red Wings hockey with you guys. It's great.
We'll have to get you back on when the season closer.
Full time. See you later, Connor.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Bye,
Get out of here, Connor.
Just slid right in.